It's time to enter God mode, man, let's get it going. I wanna be the greatest, energy is overflowing. I know I'm stoking the fire, my desire's taking over, not tired, I'm inspired, rewired. I know just what is required, my brain knows how to decipher. The message is looking brighter, already paid up the piper. My game is getting much tighter, I feel my body on fire. Now it's game time, all the practice to prepare for this main time. I could do anything, that's my baseline. Go ahead and do you, I'ma make mine. You gon' read me in the headlines. Always go up, I don't know a decline. On the glow up, getting better with time. Yeah, I'm about to hit my prime.
The air is filled up with suspense. We've got our dreams we must defend, and we know what we represent.
So we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the NFL Hardcore Sports Sunday Morning Show. I'm here with my guys, Green Collar Tyler, Football Talk with Bo, and Mac the Giants fan. How's everyone doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Just great.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Watching football right now. It's tied 3-3 between the Ravens and the Titans. Yeah. Ooh, let's get right into it then. We're going to start off with the normal, the good, bad, and ugly for the week. For week 4. Wait, was it 4? Is this week 5? Week 6.
It's week 6.
That's what I thought. So, Tyler, we'll start off with you.
Starting off with me, alrighty. So, starting off with the good of week, I guess we'll call it week 5. I don't know.
It's week 5. Yep.
Yep. All right, so starting off with the good of week 5, I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears having a really outstanding performance against the Washington Commanders. In fact, I'm actually going to lower that down to the quarterback that's been getting all the blame recently, Justin Fields. I think he's finally had a chance to show off what he can do when the team actually comes around and can work as a cohesive unit. And if he can find a way to keep rallying the team to keep playing like that, then maybe we can start to see what Bears fans have been clamoring for all offseason. As for the bad, I'm going to be going with the Baltimore Ravens. A real ugly loss to a Steelers team that's been kind of struggling these past couple of weeks. It's definitely a game that they should have won and should have been able to put away, but just did not manage to come together to do it. And the ugly is going to be the New England.
That's a new one.
Getting blown out by the Saints 34-0. Mac Jones had an awful performance. It's just that team is in a real rough shape right now. It definitely makes you wonder if there's any hope that they're going to have any kind of success going down the rest of the season.
Yep. Bo.
Yeah, so I'll go with the good. The Niners just beating the hell out of the Cowboys. Putting on an absolute clinic. And so, I mean, you couldn't have asked for much better of a game to decide, if the Cowboys are contenders or pretenders. And, man, they didn't look like contenders that night. The bad, I'm going to go with Washington getting beat by the Bears the way they did. And then, of course, the ugly is the Broncos that are the epic dumpster fire of the league. They made the Jets look like they knew what they were doing. So that's about as ugly as you can get. The Pats were right there, though. They had their own dumpster fire as well. So they kind of get to co-own that bottom spot.
Yeah. So, Mac, how about you?
Well, I was going to say the Bears as well because they got the week start off right, but I'll change gears a little bit and I'll say I'll go different. I'll go to Colts. You know, they lost their quarterback in the middle of the game once again, coming in dealing with the adversity, overcoming the adversity against a big time divisional foe in the Tennessee Titans. So I just that team is playing a little better football than I think a lot of people expected to going coming into this season. So I go with the good with the Colts. The bad, I go with the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, once again, you had an opportunity to prove that you are truly one of the top teams in this conference with the Eagles, the 49ers, and you went out there and yet again laid a huge egg Sunday Night Football. And the ugly, I got to go with my own boys, man. My beloved New York Football Giants, yet finding more creative ways to lose football games. I mean, the defense goes out there, gets 3 turnovers, but that same defense also then turns around and surrenders 524 yards to the Dolphins. And then offensively, let's face it, the New York Giants are a complete mess offensively. So it just doesn't get any uglier than them,
Uh,
in
yeah.
my opinion.
So for me, I'm gonna be a homer. I'm gonna go with the Eagles for the good. They got the win. The first half wasn't that good defensively, but the second half they shut them out, and we got the dub. So for the bad, I got to go with the Commanders here. I mean, not Commanders. Oh wait, yeah, yeah. What am I saying? I have to go with the Commanders here. How do you lose to the freaking Bears? I know the Bears are playing with, Dick Buckett, passing away, R.I.P. And they just played with the chip on their shoulder, and they took advantage of it and won the Bears. So, and the ugly, ugh, I'm going with the Broncos. What is going on with that man? Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, get your shit together. And then Tyler, you wanted me to bring this up. Player of the month. So what are we doing? Offense and defense, or how does that work?
I just think we can just pick any player we want. If we want to do an offensive defensive player, we can.
Okay, so you started then.
All right. So for me, obviously, the player of the month is going to go out to Tyreek Hill. I mean, the guy's just been spectacular this point in the season and has just been looking unstoppable. Defenses just cannot contain this man, and between him and Tua, they are going to be lighting up the league for the rest of the year if Tua can stay healthy.
All right. Bo, who's your player of the month?
I mean, it's got to be Travis Kelsey for bringing the most annoying storyline to the NFL that I've seen for years. Good on you, Travis.
That'll work. That'll work. Mac, how about you?
Player of the month. I'll probably go with Christian McCaffrey, man. It's been just lighting the league up, man. Doing it on the ground, doing it in the air for his team, man. Just 49ers rolling right now, bro.
Yeah. Chad, I don't know about that one, but what is up, halftime? What is up? If you guys missed it on the Saturday morning show yesterday, me and halftime were doing our thing, and then he goes off on a rant about a plastic cup and a paper straw. If you think I'm joking, go watch it. Minute 37:17 for 12 minutes.
To be fair, paper straws are an abomination.
They are super dumb.
You just went on a rant for 12 minutes about that. Player of the month. Oh, George Pickens. Okay. For me, ooh, I have to. I'm going. I don't want to be a homer again. You know what? I'm gonna. You went with Tyreek Hill, right?
Yes, I did.
I'm going with two of them. I'm going with Tua. Right now, he's playing like the MVP of the league. He's playing strong. He's just got to stay healthy. That's the only thing for me. For me, it's Tua. I'm not going Tyreek Hill. I'm going his teammate. And then here we go. Out of the blue, the Falcons have oh my God, agreed to trade for Rams wide receiver Van Jefferson. It's a 2025 pick swap, 6th and 7th. Tyler, how do you feel about this?
To me, the trade just seems
I'll be
weird. It's just they barely use the major offensive weapons they have now with well, they have one of the best and most explosive young tight ends the league may ever see, and he barely gets the ball as it is. And wide receiver core, I guess he would be at least a decent upgrade for them, make it a little bit more consistent for their young quarterback. But I don't know. At least they didn't have to give up too many high value picks or anything of the sort to get him. But it's just a very interesting pick on both sides for me.
Yeah, I mean it's a good pickup for him, and they gave up nothing to go get him. So I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't do it. He's an upgrade for them. He was an afterthought for the Rams. So it's I was surprised the Rams got rid of him just because they don't have a whole lot of depth. And if somebody gets hurt, they could have. It's when they use him. But yeah, I mean it's a good pickup for the Falcons.
Yeah. Mac?
I mean, yeah, I mean, adds depth to the Falcons receiver room. I agree. Like you said, they're not really using their receiving weapons very much yet right now. But when they decide to come around, and they got a couple another guy that can go out there and make some plays for them.
Yeah, well, for me, they don't have a quarterback to do so. Ritter's doing terrible. They need to take him out. Once they take him out, then I think Van Jefferson will be actually used properly. I still remember when he won the Super Bowl and then his wife was having a baby. He rushed right to the hospital right after it. I remember that. That was great.
That had to be one hell of a day for him.
Right?
Right?
Hell yeah.
Here we go. Justin Jefferson on IR. Is this the end of the Viking season? Tyler, start with you.
Honestly, I would not be surprised. It's just the team has been awful with Justin Jefferson, mostly due to fumbles, turnovers, and defense not playing that well. But without their number one weapon on offense, I just don't see what they're going to be able to do. And if they can't turn the season around here the next couple of games, Justin Jefferson has zero reason to try and rush back from injury. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just shut him down for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Bo?
End of the season, so we're pretending like their season started because yeah, playing terrible. Outside of Cousins has had nice stat lines, like he always does. But and against the Chiefs, Jefferson only had like 34 yards anyway, so it's not like they were using him a crazy amount. That being said, I mean, this season for them is really a couple games from being completely dead in the water anyway. So unless they find a way to play defense and hold on to the rock, yeah, I mean, this season's pretty much done whether Jefferson comes back or not.
Yeah. Mac?
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, even with Justin Jefferson in the lineup, their season has been going nowhere fast, regardless. So at the end of the day, it just gives an opportunity to see what Jordan Addison's really made of, because now he's going to be getting a lot different coverage than he has been these first few weeks of the season. So we'll see what he's made of, their first round pick.
Yeah, what's up, Bobby? Thank you for stopping by, bro. How you doing, man? For me, the Viking season never even started. I'm right there with Bo. Because their defense is terrible. They don't have corners. Like, it's just ridiculous. And you know what? For the Pick'ems, they're going against the Bears. I'm going with the Bears today.
Whoa, spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it had to happen.
Wow, what a return!
I mean, come on. All right. We just got to talk about injuries in general. And don't worry, Tyler, I got your thing right here that you sent me. So give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Can you hurry up, please, computer? So, look at all these injuries. The NFL is better with these guys in it. So you got, oh my God, he's gone.
No, he's not. He's not going to be. He's going to get caught.
Damn, what a play though. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers Achilles, Dobbins Achilles, Nick Chubb knee, Matt Milano leg. I mean, look at these. I mean, more injuries than normal. Tyler, you wanted something to say about this, right?
Yeah, so while we're not acting like injuries are something new to football. Now, there's always some very major names that wind up on the injury reserves at some point in time. But it feels like, especially these past couple years, with this many high star players on IR this quickly, it just feels like it's starting to get out of control. And as a lot of the players have been coming out saying, a lot of this stuff is due to so many NFL stadiums using these turf fields, just due to
Yep.
the fact that it doesn't give the same way that grass does, and it causes a lot more of these lower body injuries that we're seeing on here. Like, how many of these guys have just knee and leg injuries in general? At least two-thirds of this list is just knee and leg injuries.
Crazy. Bo, you got anything to say about injuries and just this in general?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously some things can be attributed to turf, and honestly, a lot of these things can also be attributed to the fact that they don't get to practice the same anymore, and a lot of these guys don't really play in
Oh my
preseason.
thunder.
So all of a sudden, you have guys that are going, from walkthroughs and stuff to trying to go full speed, game speed. So it's yeah, I mean, the turf can play a factor. The fact that they're not at game speed playing in the first games of the season, you see a ton more injuries than when they actually practiced. They hit during practice. They actually started starters. Like it's yeah. I mean, it's basically like going from the couch to playing in a game. Injuries are going to happen, especially leg injuries.
Yeah. Mac?
Yeah, Bo stole my thunder right there, but I'm right there 100% with you, man. The turf is it has a little does have its factors in it, but it's definitely the practice habits, man. It's the practices is not a their bodies aren't conditioned anymore properly. Like you said, you're going from like you said a walkthrough right to full tilt, man. In a game, it's just not that's not natural. You got to build your body up properly. Like back in the day, you had injuries obviously back in the day, but I felt like you had a lot more just kind of broken bones if something happened, as opposed to all of these soft tissue injuries and so much like you have. Like they played on turf back in the day, and it was literally just a little piece of carpet over top of concrete. So, look,
I played on that. I played on
it's
asphalt.
just coming down to their bodies are just not conditioned properly. And that's what's causing all these injuries, and it's just because of the practice, the way the leagues have these practices structured and set up. That's same with the poor tackling. I can go on and on with the practices, man. You're not basically allowed to hit in practice, but you got expected to go out there and be hitting full tilt on Sundays and games. Like it's not natural.
It's also why offensive lines look terrible.
Yeah, they don't get to practice properly.
Man, we're talking about practice?
Exactly.
We're talking about practice. But seriously, though, it's the same what all these players are going through. I want each one of them to get healthy, get back on the field. And Daniel Jones, right, Mac, is out too with a neck injury. So there's another one.
Yeah, he's not playing tonight.
Yeah.
I thought
You
he
knew
was
that was going to
concussed.
eventually happen. He's been spending more time on the carpet than he has upright.
Yeah, surprised
Right.
took that long. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
just pray for Tyrod Taylor tonight. Goodness.
I can't wait to see that, actually. Can't wait to see that.
Tyrod Taylor's going to become the new starter for the New York Giants.
Probably.
Mac, you agree with that or not?
I mean, look, I don't. At this point, I don't know. I don't know what to say about the New York Giants and that offense. It's a mess. It's so bad. I have a hard time even looking at it anymore.
Yeah. All right. So next, it's the most pressures. So there was a thing on Twitter. It was like a ranking. So guess who's number one in most pressures?
Most pressures.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I find it hard to believe if it's not the Giants.
No, it's player wise. Players.
Oh, are you talking about?
You're talking.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
The most pressures in NFL. It's like player wise. All right. I'm just gonna show it. Duh.
Oh,
oh,
Addison. I mean, or Hutchison. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, he's been on fire, man.
Absolutely.
That should have been my player of the month.
I mean, it's honestly just incredible what this line squad has been up to so far this season. And the fact that Aiden Hutchinson has that many more pressures than all the rest of these people on the list,
But
That just
you know,
shows that that defensive scheme they got going on is doing wonders.
Nick Bosa missed the first 2 games of the season, and he's right there at number 3.
Yep.
Crazy. I want to know how many pressures Jalen Carter has because he's been playing out of his mind. This is, that's just me. But you know what's funny? It's going to go back to when Aiden Hutchinson got drafted. People were telling me that Hutchinson would never be good without Ojabo. Like, they fed off of each other. And now, look, Ojabo, I think he's doing okay right now for the Ravens. I'm not really sure, but Hutchinson is just like an athletic freak. I remember watching him at Michigan. I'm like, dude, what the hell? This guy's going to be doing great things in the league. And it's funny how he
You know,
got drafted by
Jacksonville's regretting
Detroit.
it.
It's just funny how he got drafted by Detroit. Yeah. So actually, I found this other thing. Give me 1 second to find it. Where is it? No. Mm-mm. Oh, here it is. So Brock Purdy is the favorite to win the 2023 NFL MVP. I don't know how that's possible over McCaffrey, but what do you guys think of this?
Well, he's a quarterback,
So
so that
number
already gives him that advantage already.
Yeah, the only non-quarterback is McCaffrey. I mean, does this make sense? I will put Tua there over Purdy.
Oh, and it's a tough one. But the fact that Patrick Mahomes has been playing definitely not a great season in all things considered from his past, and he's still number 2. I don't know about that, but it definitely feels like at this point in time, in my opinion, that it's either Tua's or Brock Purdy's to lose. It's just Brock Purdy's been having a really great season so far,
But look
and
at that
Tua's
offense
just
he
been
has, though.
lighting up the league.
I mean, you could say the same offense about Tua and Mahomes, too.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Tua's had a couple of duds already this year, where Brock Purdy's been pretty steady all 5 weeks, man.
Yeah. I mean, Josh Allen at 4, though? I don't know how I feel about that one.
Yeah, I would have had McCaffrey higher than that because he's been
Uh,
killing it.
I think Josh Allen's that high because I believe, leads the league in overall touchdowns period between passing and running. So that's kind of got
Oh,
him
that's what.
boosting him up there
Oh,
a little
that
bit.
makes sense. That makes sense. So, Herbert. Trevor Lawrence at 9? Um,
That doesn't make
I
sense.
I don't see why he's on the list at all.
Exactly.
right? That's what I was thinking. Then who would you put up there then?
Not sure why Lamar's on there either. To be quite frank, Lamar's been up and down at best.
Honestly, Tyler, I might agree with you on your player of the month. Why not put Tyreek Hill on here instead of like Trevor
No, that's
Lawrence? I know
another
he's not a quarterback, but I think he deserves to be on here as well.
absolute correct there as well. And while I do understand MVP almost might as well just be the quarterback of the year award
Pretty
at this
much.
point, it just
Who's
also feels wrong to not include some of the best skill players we have in the league.
I agree.
who was the last non-quarterback to win MVP?
I want to say it was a
Adrian
running back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson, I believe.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson.
Uh,
Year after he came back from his ACL, and he had that huge season
Yeah.
after he came back from his ACL.
Yeah, he had that almost 2,100 yard season, or right at 2,100, something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. And then the last one before that, I think, was Sean Alexander, right? So,
oh
I think so,
That's
yeah.
a name.
but yeah, outside of that, it's pretty much a quarterback. You know, yeah, it's a quarterback award. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it is. I
Honestly,
mean,
I'm almost at the point where I kind of wish they just get rid of the MVP award and just turn it into quarterback of the year award, and then make the offensive player of the year the new MVP for the skill players.
Chad, I would put Jalen freaking Hurts over Brock Purdy.
I don't know about that one, Chief. Not with the way that things have been
Kirk
going so
Cousins, who
far.
I never heard of. Wait, yeah, Kirk Cousins not even on here. Dude doesn't deserve to be. telling you right now, Kirk doesn't even belong on this list. He's just a pad and stats. Herbert's been playing well. I like how Herbert's been playing. Really. That's it. How do you guys feel about Herbert?
I mean, he's
That's
lights out, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he should be on the list for sure.
Yeah. Trying to think of another quarterback. Got tough. Hey, Sean. Thank you for stopping by, bro. How you doing? How you doing, bro? It looks like we're going straight to pick'ems. All right, just give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. This will take a second here. Huh. We only have to go through less games because 2 games already played. One's on right now.
We can go over who we think we're going to win these 2 games at least.
Yeah. Well, the first one we already
It's over.
got. This was the first one, Tyler.
I don't think anyone was picking against KC here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back in time and pick Denver. Anyone want Denver? Who's the 2%?
Couple of
Hardcore Bronco.
diehard Denver Bronco fans.
What? They're just saying let's ride.
Yeah, no, it was probably like Elway.
Maybe it was Elway on 4 different accounts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god. And then Ravens and Falcons. Tyler, your kicker's doing great.
My kicker is doing fantastic. He will win me this game this week.
I also have him as a kicker, so I'm not hating this. But
Hey,
I did pick Baltimore also, so hopefully we can keep this garbage game going. Tucker can get a lot of points, and they can still get the win.
Right. All right. Here we go. Falcons, Commanders. Tyler, we'll start off with you.
I believe I'm going to have the Falcons taking this one.
Okay.
Main reason being is that I don't really like the way the Commanders have been playing, and especially when they got blown out by what was arguably the worst team in the league at one point. It just doesn't give me a lot of confidence for them.
Okay. Bo.
Yeah, I took the Commanders here, but the Falcons could definitely win this. There's definitely that stat line that what Ritter hasn't lost a home game, since he was in middle school or something. So I feel like they probably get the loss because they keep talking about it. But it's like when they talk about a kicker having a streak. Like immediately while they're talking about it, they miss. So I feel like it's getting hyped up enough that the Falcons probably drop this game.
I like Washington too in this one. I just think they Sam Howell, man, say what you want, but he's been overall playing pretty solid football for the most part. He's had his moments, obviously, but I think they bounce back. Washington, this is a big game for Washington. They kind of need this win to keep some form of pace with the Cowboys and the Eagles in the division. So I think they come out a little more motivated this week after an embarrassing loss last week. They've had plenty of time off to get ready for the Atlanta Falcons, who they're okay, but they're not a great team. And I think the Washington Commanders find a way to pull this one out on the road.
I got the Falcons just because after the Commanders lost to the Bears the way they did, I don't know if they can actually bounce back from that loss. So for that, I'm going with Atlanta.
You got to remember though, the Bears came off of an embarrassing loss before they handed that beat down to the. Before they handed that beat down to Washington, so
fair, the Bears
teams bounce back, man.
Embarrassing losses before that game.
The whole season, pretty much. Oh. Here we go. I already said my pick. Tyler, we'll go with you.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I'll give it to Chicago. I just don't like the situation the Vikings are in right now, and I feel like the Vikings are on a hot streak or looking to stay hot right now, so what better way to do that than against the Vikings?
Bo?
Yeah, so I have the Vikings here, but the Bears could win it if they have anything like they had last week. The thing with Cousins is he's going to get his yards, right? Like he's going to throw the rock around the yard. They're going to score points, and I don't know that the Bears can keep pace if they have to get in a shootout.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with there, and that's why I took the Vikings as well. I think when it comes down to it, you're talking about two pretty bad football teams here, and I just think Minnesota's just a little, a little better offensively overall, more consistent offensively, can put the points on the board when needed, as opposed to Chicago, who has a terrible offensive line as well, and they can have breakdowns. So
Yeah. Yeah. Seahawks, Bengals. Tyler, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Bengals here. I just feel that Bengals are trying to get back into the season, and if they can do that against a Seahawks team that has proven that they're definitely a contender in that division of theirs, I feel like it's going to be more important for them, and they're going to try and fight with a little more oomph than they have previous weeks.
Bo?
Yeah, I got the Hawks here. The thing is the team they played didn't have very good defense, right? So they finally get a win, but it didn't matter. You're playing nobody. This Seattle defense has shown that it finds ways to win games. And this is a game that both teams really need, right? The Bengals need it to be able to keep pace, and the Hawks need it to be, in the running with the Niners, right? So, I mean, it's a game that both of them really need. I think the Hawks can steal this one on the road, though.
Yeah. Mac?
yeah, I agree with the Seahawks pick, man. I take the Seahawks here. I'm not. You can't. You got to do more than beat the Cardinals for me to believe that you kind of turned things around with the bad play we've seen from the Bengals. Still going to be without T Higgins out here. I don't look for Jamar Chase to have 16 or 17 catches, however, whatever you had last week. That's not going to just happen again this week. So, look, I like the Seahawks here. They've been playing better than the Bengals all season, and I just think they're a better team right now.
Bo, I'm right there with you. I'm going with Seattle. Bengals offensive line is terrible. Joe Burrow's injured. He's still playing with that ankle. Why not just put in their backup quarterback? That's my question.
Well, I mean, because they need wins, right? So they're going to leave their best player in there. But the other thing to keep in mind is Seattle is good off a bye week, and they just got off their bye week. They get some of their guys healthy. This will be one of the better games to watch of the day, I would think.
Yeah. How many times will Joe Burrow be sacked?
Well, it's not going to be like last week. I don't see him getting sacked 11 times. Like that was some crazy stats there. Like that's some Madden stuff. Like that's not real football.
They won, right?
What's that?
Did they win or lose? I forget.
Who?
Bengals.
Last week?
They won last week.
Yeah, they won last week.
So they won and got sacked 11 times.
Oh, no. I was talking about what the Hawks did to the Giants
Oh,
their last time out.
my bad.
Yeah. No. He'll get pressured by this defense. This defense does find ways to get in there. So he's going to have a long day. If he gets hit a few times, then we're going to see, where he's really at with that recovery. Obviously, if you're able to move around fine if you're not getting hit. But if you're spending some time on the ground, all of a sudden injuries start to hurt a little more.
Yeah. Oh, the Ravens are in the red zone. Okay.
Let's go get my kicker some points.
All right. Niners, Browns. Do I really have to say it?
Oh yeah, it's totally the Browns, right?
Yeah, especially without Deshaun.
Yeah, we know Deshaun.
I was holding them back.
Wait, Tyler, what was that?
I said it's obviously going to be the Browns this week.
No, I thought you said something after that.
Yeah, Deshaun was the one holding them back after he said that. Yeah, especially with Deshaun out.
Who's their quarterback?
Isn't
It's
it?
the rookie,
Dog?
that rookie kid. It's that rookie. Damn, I can't remember his name. He had a good preseason though. He was solid in preseason, but he had a rough go at it last week or 2 weeks ago when they played
Touchdown
last.
Ravens.
Yep.
Does that Stay Flowers? Good. That is good for my fantasy.
That's good for me. I got Lamar.
Let's go. I
I
got
got
Lamar
Lamar
too,
in
so
like
that's
2 out
just
of my
all.
5 leagues. Yeah.
But the Niners, I think it's going to be more competitive. That game's going to be more competitive than people realize. I think Cleveland's defense keeps them in that game a little bit, and I think that game is. I mean, Niners are going to win, but I still think it's a little more
Yeah.
competitive than people.
Niners going to win by 4. Tyler, you picking Carolina?
No, I'm picking Miami. No, I can't take. I cannot take the Panthers, dude. The Panthers have looked awful this season.
I
It's
think they
still
still beat my
funny.
boys.
It's still funny how Adam Thielen said there was a Super Bowl contending team in the beginning of the year. And what do you know? The Ravens get a 2-point conversion.
No, my kicking points.
There's a flag though.
Uh,
Why is Odell Beckham having a decent, halfway decent game today? After I done finally gave up on him and got
Oh,
threw his ass
offensive
on the
pass
bench.
interference. They're gonna kick a field goal.
Good,
Tyler, there you go.
good. I want my Justin Tucker points. Doggone it.
Bobby says PJ Walker starting for the Browns.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Okay, not
Hey,
the
Chad,
rookie.
how's it going?
Yes, they're
actually,
both getting
Peter Walker is a pretty decent quarterback. You might be able to make it a somewhat competitive game.
All right. Jacksonville and Colts, or the Colts and the Jags. Tyler, start off with you.
I'm gonna go with the Colts here. Actually, I think
Really? You picked the Jags last week.
I did pick the Jags last week, but I'm actually going to pick the Colts here. I think the Colts are going to try and rally again and can have another upset against.
This kid got blocked!
wow.
5 points.
Wait,
They blocked the kid! They blocked it!
you know what would have been amazing if Tucker would have picked it, scooped, and scored.
That would have made me a happy man.
That would have been amazing. So I got Jacksonville here. Richardson's out. Minshew, he's fine. He's fun to watch, but he's one of those. He's going to win you some games. He's going to lose you some games. I think this is one where if Jacksonville comes out hot, they won't be able to keep up.
Yeah, I got Jacksonville here too. A little reluctant though because they really seem to struggle against this Indianapolis Colts team. But without Richardson, you had a week to prepare for Gardner Minshew. I think they kind of bounce back a little bit against these Indianapolis Colts, even though they have struggled the last couple of years against this team.
I'm going with Jacksonville. I feel like Trevor Lawrence is due for a game. And the Colts, I don't trust Gardner Minshew. Saints, Texans, Tyler.
When it comes to that game, I'm going to go with the Saints. It's just I feel like because after last week they're in a little bit of a groove, and I think they're going to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, that's another thing. Richardson might be out for the rest of the year. So, Bo.
Oh wait, I forgot Richardson's out. Yeah, no, Colts ain't winning that game.
I got New Orleans here. The Texans are, they're still young. They're still kind of figuring out who they are. They're a team that I think will surprise some teams throughout the year, but I think the Saints have something they can kind of build on right now. So yeah, I'm going to go Saints.
Mac?
I'm going opposite here. I'm going Houston. I think. I know they had a tough loss last week, but CJ, I really like what CJ Stroud is doing, man. I think right now, between him or the kid in L.A. and the Rams, Puka, they're the clear cut rookies of the year right now. If you were giving that award out right now, I like what CJ Stroud. I think this team believes in him. I think they believe in what's going on down there, and they're building something nice down in Houston. And I think they found a way to get it done at home against the Saints.
I got the Saints. Kamara had a good game last week. if he can have the same game, and I think he'll do well. So I got the Saints. So Kamara, 15-3, and the and the Ravens kicked off. Oh, this one's interesting. Patriots, Raiders. Tyler, who you got?
That is an interesting one.
You're going with the
At the end of
Patriots,
the day,
right?
though,
After
I think
last
I'm
week.
going to go with the Raiders. It's just I haven't seen much from the Patriots that gives me any hope that they can win this game.
So wait, you going with the Raiders?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bo.
Yeah, I mean, this is like separating bottles from plastic. They're both going in the garbage. Like they don't. It's really not going to be a great game. I'm going to take the Raiders here. They're definitely a better team than New England, especially the way that they're playing now. Before you kind of thought that Bill's defense and the offensive defensive lines would, at least keep the games competitive. But this team has really just been in a downward spiral. I think the Raiders can find a way to win here.
Yeah, I got the Raiders too, man. I can't take New England seriously. They're going to keep running Mac Jones out the tunnel as a starter the way he's been playing all season long. And it's not even because of other deals. He doesn't even have a terrible offensive line in front of him. He's just making horrible mistakes after mistakes, and they're going to just keep shoving him down our throat. I can't take the team seriously, so I got to go with the Raiders.
I'm going with the Raiders too. Common sense, the Patriots suck. Lions, Buccaneers. Tyler.
Like this game.
This game I think could be a lot of fun to watch.
This has game of the week potential here.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I'm going to take the upset here. I'm going to give it to the Bucks.
I figured.
It's just I like the way Tampa Bay's been playing. I like it when Baker's been playing. It's just special. He's the biggest X factor of the entire game, in my opinion. If Baker is hot, he will be able to lead that team to victory against almost any team. But if he is off his game even a little bit, he will be the reason they lose those games. So while he is the biggest X factor, I do expect him to have a great game today.
All right, we got a Raiders in the chat from last one, and we got the Buccaneers here from Chad. Bo.
Yeah, so I got the Lions here. This is going to be a fun game to watch, and I expect it to be relatively close. The problem is as I recall, Baker is still the quarterback for the Bucks, and you never know which Baker's coming out of the tunnel. So it's tough for me to ever pick a Baker-led team because at the end of the day, he could all out or do absolutely nothing, and you have no idea what he's going to do. Whereas when you look at the Lions, their defense is far improved from last year. They have lots of weapons. Goff has probably been one of the most consistent quarterbacks over the last 2 seasons. So I'm going to go with the predictability of what the Lions can produce over the wild card that is Baker.
But think of all
Yeah.
the fun you get when you take the gamble.
The problem is you usually gamble and catch an L.
Like
Yeah,
Tyler
but
just did.
always win.
All right, Mac.
Yeah, I got the Lions here as well. I think that the defense keeps getting better and better. Their offense is absolutely explosive. I think Tampa Bay's inability to run the football is going to be what holds them back. And I just think even to get this game can turn into a shootout, and I think Detroit's got more ammunition. So I like the Detroit Lions here.
Well, and besides, who has the most pressures again?
Hutchinson.
That Lions
Aiden.
defense.
That's why I'm going with Detroit. Aiden Hutchinson. That is exactly why. And Amon St. Brown is playing.
No.
I don't know if you guys remember, but Amon St. Brown is playing.
Yep.
So I don't think Gibbs is. Is Gibbs out?
Montgomery's been been holding it down anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Gibbs is out, but I know he's had a great last couple of weeks. So
Yeah. Ah. Cardinals, Rams. Tyler.
Rams. I don't need to explain myself. It's Rams.
Bo.
Yeah, I got the Rams here. I think it'll be a scrappier game than people give it credit for. The Cardinals, outside of last week, have been really giving teams some problems. Like they're they're losing, but they are showing a ton of fight. This is a divisional game, which is always a battle. I would bet that this is going to be a closer game than people think, but I do think the Rams get it.
Yeah, I agree. I like the Rams basically for all the same reasons that what Bo just said. Cardinals definitely do fight to the end, but at the end of the day, I think Rams got a little too much for them, and they just get the win.
Rams. That's it. I'm done. Eagles, Jets. No Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner is out.
Yeah, that's a major blow to the
I didn't know that.
Jets right there.
That happened yesterday. Concussion.
Yep.
And then he tweeted out, like, I feel fine.
That's what all players say.
I know, right?
Remember not feeling fine.
Tyler, do I even have to ask you?
I mean, I'm going to give it to the Eagles. Without Sauce Gardner and without Aaron Rodgers, I just don't think it's going to be as close as a game as it could have been. I still think theirs has a chance to be a close game. It just won't be as close without those two.
Bo?
Yeah, the Jets don't win. There, no further analysis needed to really go into this. Like, it's the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, I got the Eagles here too. I didn't know Sauce Gardner was out, but I mean, I think the Jets' defense is still good enough to keep them somewhat in this game, but the Eagles are just way better. It's not even up for debate.
Actually, you know what? The reason I'm going to say it's going to be a lot closer of a game is because the Eagles' defense has been struggling a good little bit so far this season. And also with them also missing one of their big corners as well. I'm trying to remember which one of them's out, but I know one of them is out between.
Darius Slay is out.
Slay's out, yeah. So
Slay
I don't
is
know
out.
He's out, and so is
as
Jalen Carter.
bad. And you said without Jalen Carter?
He's out.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter's out too, yeah.
Key pieces on defense, I definitely could see this being a little bit more of a struggle than what people may think, but it's definitely still a game the Eagles should be winning. And keeping the undefeated streak against the Jets.
Yeah.
Might as well be undefeated against the Giants too. Jesus.
Speaking of the Giants,
Oh.
Yeah. Golly G. Willikers.
They're about to get blasted.
Look. I see no chance here, so.
I'm going to assume everyone else is picking the Bills.
I think
Except the one guy.
You know what? Make that two, guys. I'll take the Giants. The Giants are going to go 2-4. Tyrod Taylor's going to revert to T-Mobile like 10 years ago, and he's going to be the New York Giants' new starting quarterback for the next 2 years until he gets observed by a younger quarterback again.
See, you just hate money, you like losing bets. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah,
What we're
because
doing.
Hey, Adam, if
There's
you
a
want
reason-
to
you
hop
know-
on, I'll send you the link.
you're a
Let me know if
15-point
you
underdog
want to
for a reason.
Right?
If I could bet, which unfortunately I can't because I live in the wonderful state of South Carolina, I would put $10 on the Giants to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, the odds have to be fantastic. I also don't get to do betting because I'm in Washington State and we're not allowed to either.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Unless you're on a reservation, you cannot. There's no sports gambling or anything like that. So we can smoke weed, but we can't bet on games. we got that going on.
Every day. But Tyler, if you're right on this one, you're never gonna let it down. You're gonna text me every day.
I'm gonna more brag to Mr. Giants fan over here about it more than anything. Be like, see, I had more faith in your team than you did.
Oh, look.
He's a fan and he's been watching his team.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I've seen this story all season so far. This one,
Laughing.
this is going to be another terrible chapter. Trust me.
I'm not saying this
That's why I'm
line
not a
yet.
Giants fan.
Tyler, you want to see this line?
You know what? Sure, show it to me.
It's there on the screen.
I thought you meant betting line, and also if they manage to turn a 1-4 season to a Super Bowl run, I will drink a full bottle of whiskey.
Well, I think you're going to be safe.
Yeah, I think so too, buddy. I think you have no worries of that.
Yeah, because they're a 14-point dog in this. Like they might cover. They might cover. They ain't winning.
Oh
No,
my god.
I don't even think we're covering. I think it's serious. He could lose by 20 easily.
It's definitely possible.
Listen, at some point, it's gotta come to a head. Like, it can't all just be going down. There's gotta be a bottom.
Look, I
Yeah,
look at it like this. This morning, the offensive line didn't wake up and all of a sudden know how to block somebody this today. So it's just going to be a mess, man.
Would you like to take a couple minutes to talk to Mr. Neal?
I have nothing more to say to Evan Neal.
I mean, it can keep going down. You remember those Jets 1-win season?
Adam, I sent you a link if you
Yeah,
want to pop
see, it
on.
can't be that bad. Or hell, you could join one of the two only teams to go 0-16, but at least you're better than those.
Yeah, right. Because there's an extra game.
Yeah.
I wonder who. Oh my god. Just for a minute. I don't know what to say. Next. Oh, the last game.
So I like this Monday night game.
Okay.
There should be a lot of firepower here.
I agree.
Yeah. So, Tyler, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
Boo. Get out of here.
Again, I'm a realistic NFL fan.
I
I'm not
am
an
too.
Eagles one-trick pony. I am not gonna just say the Cowboys are gonna lose because I don't like the Cowboys. I do think the Cowboys have a better overall team than the Chargers. But what I think will happen is if Dak Prescott more signs of struggles, I do see him getting benched for their acquisition they got from the offseason. And oh god.
So, 3rd and 3, and the Ravens throw a bomb. Well, it is 12 seconds left.
How much are they down by?
The Ravens are up 15-3.
Perfect time to actually go for it.
They're showing Justin Tucker's kicking practice right now. Oh, Justin Tucker going for a field goal over 60 yards.
Wow. I mean, he can do it.
I think. Yeah.
He
Or they
hit
punted.
from there and
No, my bad. They're punting.
No, they just muffed the punt.
No, by point, by point.
So they're in the red zone now.
No, Bo, who you got?
So I have the Cowboys here.
Oh, they fumbled it. The Ravens got it.
That's awesome.
1 second left on the clock. Tyler, you going to get your points?
You're gonna get points.
I need my points.
So I'm gonna go Cowboys here. The biggest thing with the Chargers is that somehow with the defensive coach, they have an atrocious defense. I don't know how Brandon Staley, being a defensive mind, has the worst defense in the league. I know it's not technically the worst, but man, it feels like it. But beyond that, Dallas's defense is decent, and they're both going to put up some yards. So I think it'll be kind of closer, but the Cowboys should pull this off.
Mac?
Yeah, I agree. The Cowboys, I got the Cowboys as well. And I just think the Cowboys tend to be that team over the years that I've noticed being, a Giant fan and seeing quite a bit of Cowboy football as well, that they bounce back from bad losses, man. They do respond and bounce back from bad losses. And I think they do the same thing here against the Chargers on Monday night. Saw what they did a couple weeks ago when they had that bad loss to the Cardinals. They bounced right back and absolutely annihilated the Patriots. I know the Chargers are definitely a lot better than the Patriots, but at the end of the day, I think the Cowboys respond similarly, not necessarily in blowout fashion, but they get the W.
Damn it, I'm the only one. Give me the Chargers. And the kick is up. It's good. Tyler, you got your point.
Let's go.
Right on, guys. I got to jump off here. I got to get over to the NFC West show.
All right, buddy. Have a good one, man. Take it easy.
These guys.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh my God. Just for me, I got the Chargers. That's all I got to say. I'm not picking the Cowboys this week. This week. And the chat, I think Chad picked. Bobby said this: revenge of Kellen Moore and Chargers at home coming off a bye. So there's that. Tyler, is there anything you got to say before we close it out here? It looks like we're going to end this early.
Man, I mean, what is there to really say except support your local T-Mobile now?
I mean, if you guys have like a hot take for any of the games,
You know what? I'll give a hot take.
go for it.
I'm going to say the Carolina Panthers are going to lose by over 20 points.
Is that really a hot take, though?
By over 20 points? Yes.
No, it's not.
Because they've been at least keeping these games somewhat close. They have been getting
Yes, Miami. That's not a hot take, really.
All right, then the I don't know. That's my take. Whether it's hot or cold, that's up for them to decide.
Guys, it's not a hot take because I say no. Mac.
Say that. Let's say a prayer for Tyrod Taylor first, and I'm on say that I don't think he makes it even to halftime of this game, and we get the Tommy DeVito debut tonight for the New York Giants.
Oh, God.
DeVito, what a name!
I haven't heard of that name in a while. For me, the Bengals are going to get Burrow's going to get sacked 10 times and lose. I got him getting sacked 10 times for the offensive line. So, yeah. All right, guys. It looks like we're ending the show early. We got through all the topics. I'm just going to watch football at the end of the day. So, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network, and we'll catch you all later. Enjoy your football Sunday, guys. Enjoy. Peace.
All right, folks.